It was a night for the heels. Bray Wyatt wasn't down for the thrills. Man, what is going on with my boy Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania? It seems like he cannot catch a break. WWE does not know what to do with The Fiend, obviously. Give my man a win, bro. That's all he needs. What's that? Roman Reigns did exactly what he said he was gonna do. Stack him up and pin him, and he is still your Universal Champion? What's going on, Live Life fam? It's your boy Live Life 815 coming at y'all with another video. Today your boy doing something a little different. We're gonna do a review of WrestleMania. I'm gonna tell y'all what I liked, what I didn't like, what I cared the most for, and what I thought was boo-boo. But I'm gonna do night 1 and night 2. Cause why not? It's one big event. WrestleMania, it's one big event. Let's roll it. So y'all, this is how it's gonna go down. Anything your boy really liked, I'm gonna give that thing a thunderclap. Anything that I think is middle of the road, you might get the side eye. That. Anything I downright do not like, y'all already know it's gonna be boo-boo! So if you guys already seen my reaction video, you already know what I thought about this match, and it kicked off night 1 of WrestleMania. We saw Bobby Lashley defending his WWE Championship versus Drew McIntyre. I can't stunt. It was a good match, y'all. It was a hard-hitting match, went back and forth. Your boy Live Life 815 was on the edge of his seat. Drew McIntyre hit Bobby Lashley with 3 future shock DDTs. And at that point, I'm like, might be over. Referee started counting 1, 2, and as his hand was coming down for the 3rd one, Bobby Lashley got his shoulder up, y'all. And at this point, like most of y'all was probably thinking, okay, Bobby Lashley kicked out just so he can eat that Claymore kick at the end for the 1, 2, 3. And to my surprise, that didn't end up happening, y'all. What ended up happening is as he was going for the Claymore kick, MVP got on the ring apron, did some type of shenanigans, they both got distracted. Boom, hurt lock. Now, you just know they're gonna protect Drew McIntyre. So he's not gonna tap. He fades and he fades. And I'm sitting here looking like, is WWE gonna do what I think they gonna do? And Drew McIntyre is fading and he's fading and he's fading until he's KO'd. And the referee just signals, ring the bell. And I was so shocked. WWE kept the strap on Bobby Lashley. Now, when I say shocked, I'm not saying shocked in a bad way. This is something that I wanted to happen, but I just knew in my hearts of hearts that it wasn't likely. Just because of WWE's logic. Like most of y'all, I thought, okay, Drew lost the championship just because WWE knows that they're going to have fans in attendance at WrestleMania. They probably want Drew to get that WrestleMania moment since he was robbed of it last year due to the Rona. But Bobby Lashley is still your reigning, defending WWE champion. Now, we can only hope that they did this for one reason, to set up the matchup we've all been looking for, and Bobby Lashley he's been campaigning for this basically. Let's see if a certain beast incarnate shows up tonight on Monday Night Raw. But I have to say, I give the finish to Bobby Lashley versus Drew McIntyre a thunderclap. That was a great way to start off night 1 of WrestleMania. And it had me feeling like, Well, at this point, I don't know what to expect because all my expectations may be wrong. Let's move on to the next match. Now, next up is a match I definitely think could have been on SmackDown before WrestleMania, and that's the women's tag team turmoil match. And I'm only saying that because it's taken up 2 nights on WrestleMania with no real story behind it. It's just like they just threw them all into a match because they didn't have a story for any of them. They didn't build them up. Is exactly how WWE does things. Now, this is a match that, like I said, I was not interested in, and the performance of the matchup did not help at all. It was filled with botched spots. The best thing in this match by far was the Riot Squad, and I was literally disappointed that they did not win because I believe they showed why if any team right now in the women's division should have those straps, should probably be them, because they're an actual team. They're the Riot Squad. They work well together, and they're not just a bunch of single performers thrown in a tag teams for the hell of it. Can somebody please get Naomi a belt? What is she doing? Wasting her time on this type of stuff. In the events that we do not have a Becky Lynch, in the events that Charlotte Flair was nowhere to be found, in the events that Ronda Rousey hasn't made her return yet, why is someone as athletic as Naomi and gifted in the ring as Naomi not granted opportunities? Give this woman a championship, please. Get her away from Lana. Let's do that. Everybody that get away from Lana end up doing well. Look at Bobby Lashley. Look at Rusev. Miro. Look at him in AEW. Anyway, in the end, Tamina and Natalya was just too much for the rest of the women's division in the tag team turmoil match, and they came up with the victory. Now, while they do deserve this victory, especially Tamina Cole, y'all, and Natalya, to be honest with you, they both pretty decent performers. Now, I am glad Tamina got this win, because do something with her. Tamina Snooker, man. Do something with her. But I do have to give this matchup boo-boo! Next up on the card, we had the matchup between Seth Rollins and Cesaro. Now, if y'all seen my reaction video, you know that I was happy Cesaro got the win, right? But my only gripe with WWE, don't make it a big deal that this is his first singles match at WrestleMania, right? Because it just highlights how bad you guys are at booking and how bad you guys are at utilizing your talent that you do, in fact, have. Anyway, this whole match was built around the Cesaro swing, as he's done it to Seth Rollins, and it tortured him so much. He was having, PTSD from the Cesaro swing. But Seth Rollins did stop the efforts of Cesaro to use that move all throughout the matchup. But eventually, Cesaro was going to hit that Cesaro swing. And I think he hit it a total of, I want to say, I might be off, 33 times. I don't know how he be doing that and don't be dizzy. Because I would do it, right? I would do it. I would do it. And then be like, probably just have to fall and pin, and we'd be like, stay down, bro. Stay down, I'm dizzy. You lost anyway. We scripted, you about to lose. But this match, it was pretty predictable. I don't think anybody thought Cesaro was going to lose this match, but we did expect match of the night, because these two performers are just that good. While I don't think it did live up to the hype because it was wrapped around a gimmick of a swing, I think it was a good matchup, but I think they could have had a much, much better matchup. Cesaro for the win. And guess what? Your boy Live Life 815 is gonna give this one the side eye. Next up, we had the New Day taking on AJ Styles and Omos for the Raw Tag Team Championship. And I expected AJ Styles and Omos to come away with the victory. And guess what happened, y'all? They came away with the victory. That's what happened. I mean, it was a pretty straightforward tag match. You know, this is Omos's debut match in the WWE. So they did the typical, we gonna wait. He not gonna start the match. AJ Styles is gonna start the match. And he gonna be struggling. He gonna be struggling. He gonna wanna tag Omos. He gonna wanna tag Omos. But guess what? The New Day ain't gonna let it happen. And they gonna keep pulling him away from the corner. But AJ Styles just gonna keep trying. He gonna keep trying until eventually, we get that moment to where AJ Styles looks back. And he's like, I can make this tag. He looks at Omos. Omos is like, bro, make the tag. And guess what happens? AJ Styles makes the tag, and we figure out right then and there, while the New Day didn't want Omos in his match. It was pretty much a squash match after Omos got in the matchup. Showed his strength, showed they pretty much couldn't do nothing with him. AJ Styles jumped on my man Omos' shoulders and hit a phenomenal forearm off Omos' shoulders. Then, to add insult to injury, he said, hey, pin him with one foot. He put his foot on Kofi Kingston's chest. Boom! For the 1, 2, 3. I didn't even do 1, 2, 3. I don't know why. 1, 2, 3. There we go. I switched it up. I said 1, 2, and then went to 3. But see, you're supposed to go 1, 2, and then 3. See the difference? They couldn't do nothing with Omos. And to tell you the truth, it had my attention. It wasn't the most boring thing on it. Coming from that tag team turmoil match, to tell y'all the truth, it's gonna get a thunderclap. But then do you see what WWE does? They follow up something like that you get hyped for, right? That you could be like, okay, it's moving up, right? We going on an upward projection right now. And then they hit you with Braun Strowman versus Shane McMahon. All because Shane McMahon called Braun Strowman stupid. How many years are we gonna put Braun Strowman in these dumb matches? Like, we get it. He's dude swole. Like, he's swole. Like, Braun Strowman swole. Since they've been trying to show, like, which one is he? Is he soft? Or is he the monster among men? Because, like, just 2 months ago, my boy had changed, cut his hair bald, all because he got caught in the mandible claw with Bray Wyatt and went back to his heel persona. So now, y'all want us to believe that he cares about Shane McMahon calling him stupid. A grown man. Alright, well, let's get into the matchup, I guess. So the matchup starts off Shane McMahon coming down. I'm gonna look bored when I tell you this because it was just that boring. Shane McMahon comes down to the ring. Braun Strowman follows. As Braun Strowman comes to the ring, Elias and Jackson Ryder attacks Braun Strowman outside of the steel cage. All right. Typical WWE. He's big. He's swole. Shane's the heel. We know he's a coward. His leg wasn't even messed up a couple weeks ago, so let's beat him up and throw him in the ring, and hopefully I'm gonna do my feet shuffle thing and we're gonna be good. I'm gonna get this W. We all knew what was gonna happen. Now, it was a point in this matchup where Shane literally could have just walked. He was at the top of the cage. He could have just literally just dropped down a couple feet. Won the matchup. Nah. WWE's logic. Let's get his hand. A hand, y'all. Y'all know how big those spots are, those spaces are on WWE Steel Cage. Okay. Alright. Let's get his hand stuck in the cage. While Braun Strowman 10 seconds ago was just out, like, out, right? As soon as Shane gets his hand stuck in the cage, Braun is there. Like, I didn't even see Braun get up. I don't know if my TV skipped. I don't know, because y'all know I was watching the same thing y'all was watching. You know, I skipped a little bit. I don't know if y'all TV skipped, but Braun was, like, right there. I'm like, oh, okay, he shook that off. Shook that off. Shane just had to drop and win the match. But no, let's show everyone how strong Braun is, which was pretty nice, I must admit. I think it's the first time we've seen this happen, but Braun ripped the cage open, like he ripped the cage open and threw my man off the top of the cage. We knew Shane was gonna do something crazy in this matchup because he does something crazy every time he fights. It's his thing. You know you're gonna get it when he wrestles. Threw him off the cage. Shane hit. Boom! I was like, whew. I don't know if my back can take that one. Braun hits him with the running power slam for the 1, 2, 3. And y'all already know, I did it again. And y'all already know what this match is getting. Boo-boo! And Braun. Don't come looking for me when I say this, bro, but I think that match was kind of stupid. Now, I must admit, I thought WWE was doing this at this point. I thought we was going on a downward spiral. But just like the cream of the crop, yeah, they rose to the top. Because the next matchup was one that I really wasn't looking forward to, but really surprised me. We got Damian Priest and Bad Bunny taking on The Miz and John Morrison. Now, when I tell y'all, I'm not gonna overhype it, but when I tell y'all, Bad Bunny looked like he been doing this at least for a year and a half or two at most, at best. I'll put it like that. Bad Bunny was doing dives over the top rope. This man hit some type of how Vince, oh, what a maneuver! He hit some type of maneuver on The Miz outside the ring, and even the announcers was like, yo, Booker T, I think Booker T said it, get this man a contract. Because, yeah, Bad Bunny got fans, and his fans love him, so WWE was gonna give him that W. I do have to give this match a thunderclap. Now we come to the main event of night 1 of WrestleMania, and it was a good main event. This is another one that I didn't know what was gonna happen. I kind of figured what was gonna happen, but due to all the swerves, I'm like, anything could happen. But we come to Sasha Banks defending her SmackDown Women's Championship versus Bianca Belair, and it was a great and emotional match. If y'all didn't know, this is the first time in WrestleMania history 2 women have headlined in a single match. Not only that, 2 black women. So just we gonna give them a thunderclap for that. Not the match right now. We gonna go over to the match, but for that, they deserve a thunderclap. And my Live Life 815 fans know it. Thunderclap. The matchup was pretty much Bianca Belair's athleticism versus Sasha Banks' experience, right? So which one is it gonna come down to? The rookie or the vet that's been in this game? Granted, she hasn't been able to hold a championship long in this game, but she been in this game. And when the match started, you could see that both women were having a bunch of emotions running through their mind. They were making history, y'all. You would be feeling some type of way too. Like, y'all edged in the history books. So no matter what, y'all gonna go down as the first women's single main event in WrestleMania history. It was a back and forth matchup with Sasha Banks constantly trying to use Bianca Belair's ponytail to her advantage. And at the end of the match, she ended up getting spanked, whooped with that ponytail. And it was loud. Like, yeah, she gonna have a mark on right across her back. It's gonna look like somebody took a belt and was like, "You ain't come home last night?" Bow! But history always repeats itself, right? And as I said earlier, Sasha Banks has not been able to hold on to that title for long, or any title for long that she gets. So you already know Bianca Belair got that victory. It's her time. She proved she the EST or the BEST. That's what she been saying. We ain't see no Reginald. We ain't see none of that. None of that. They need to stay out of all these matches. I don't even want to see dude no more, man. I don't even want to see dude no more. But that was night 1. So for that matchup, I'm going to go ahead and give it a thunderclap. Y'all thought it was going to be different from earlier? Nah. But that was night 1, y'all. Let's get into night 2.